Gutfeld talks about you all the time.
Who is he? Really, who is he?
I don't.
The clash between Greg Gutfeld and Joy Behar wasn't just another day on the set of daytime television. It was a verbal cage match that left the internet buzzing and the audience gasping. Picture this: Joy Behar, a seasoned veteran of The View, sitting at that iconic table, her sharp wit and trademark sass ready to dominate any conversation. She's built a career on spicy comebacks and unapologetic opinions, her sarcasm a weapon that's deflected countless media storms. But then Greg Gutfeld, the Fox News provocateur with a tongue sharper than a switchblade, steps into the ring. What unfolded wasn't just a roast, it was a masterclass in verbal demolition, a moment so raw it exposed the cracks in the polished facade of daytime TV. This wasn't just about two personalities trading barbs. It was a cultural flashpoint that revealed the brutal pressures of public life, the fragility of personas, and the way a single viral moment can rewrite someone's legacy. Greg Gutfeld isn't your average talk show host. He's a chaos conductor, a man who treats political commentary like an open mic night at a comedy club where every punchline is a precision strike. His sarcasm cuts like a laser, and when he locks in on a target, no one's safe, not even Joy Behar, a titan of daytime TV with decades of experience. Gutfeld's show, Gutfeld, thrives on irreverence, blending humor with biting critique in a way that makes audiences laugh while wincing. He's the kind of host who can turn a press conference into a roast battle, his delivery calm but lethal, like a sniper picking off targets from a distance. Joy Behar, on the other hand, has spent over 2 decades on The View, carving out a persona as the queen of quips. Her eye rolls could stop a riot, and her hot takes have fueled countless headlines. She's faced media storms and walked away smirking, her confidence as unshakable as her red hair. But this time, she wasn't just facing a storm, she was up against a hurricane. The showdown didn't start with fireworks. It began with Gutfeld's signature smirk, a few light jabs poking at Behar's recent political rants. She'd made headlines with comments about Elon Musk, accusing him of being pro-apartheid, only to backpedal and beg him not to sue. Gutfeld, smelling blood in the water, didn't let it slide. He didn't scream or sling insults. He dismantled her with surgical precision, his humor laced with truth bombs that hit harder than any shouting match. The audience didn't see it coming. Neither did Behar. Her usual arsenal of witty retorts and dramatic eye rolls faltered. For a moment, the woman who'd built her brand on never backing down looked shaken, her confidence flickering like a candle in a windstorm. The cameras caught it all, the pause, the stumble, the silence that spoke louder than any comeback she could have mustered. What made this moment so electric wasn't just Gutfeld's takedown. It was Behar's reaction, or lack thereof. She didn't clap back with her usual fire. She didn't toss out a zinger to flip the script. Instead, she froze, her trademark bravado replaced by a vulnerability that felt almost alien. For a woman whose entire persona is built on sass and control, this was seismic. The internet erupted, splitting into 2 camps. One crowning Gutfeld the king of sarcasm, the other rushing to defend Behar, insisting her silence was a rare glimpse of humanity. Memes flooded social media, Gutfeld as a gladiator, Behar drowning in a sea of punchlines. Hashtags trended, clips went viral, and suddenly, a daytime TV spat became a cultural event dissected by late-night hosts, commentators, and influencers alike. But let's rewind and unpack how this went down. Behar's absence from The View on the day of the clash was a convenient twist. Gutfeld noted it with a jab, quipping that Mondays must be when she feeds in the pasture. He was riffing on her absence, but the real fire came from his commentary on her recent remarks. Behar had thrown shade at Republican figures like Tim Scott, accusing him of not understanding systemic racism, a comment Gutfeld spun into a brutal roast. Joy Behar gets racism, he deadpanned after all. She's been black on Halloween. The line was savage, referencing a decades-old controversy where Behar admitted to wearing dark makeup at a costume party. It wasn't just a joke, it was a calculated strike, pulling a skeleton from her closet and waving it on live TV. The audience gasped, then laughed, the tension thick enough to choke on. Gutfeld didn't stop there. He took aim at The View itself, calling it a witch's coven and a carnival sideshow of political oddities. He mocked its hosts as a collective, accusing them of clinging to lies to prop up their anti-Trump narrative. They could just say, "We hate Trump so much. We lied about Biden because we thought it was for your own good," he said, his voice dripping with mockery. "You'd still be scum, but at least you'd be honest scum." It was a line that didn't just burn, it scorched the earth. Behar, the absent target, wasn't there to defend herself, but her legacy took the hit. Gutfeld's words weren't just about her. They were an indictment of the entire ecosystem of daytime TV, where hot takes and outrage are currency, and truth is often collateral damage. Behar's absence didn't dull the impact. If anything, it amplified it. Her silence became the story, not the fiery comeback she's known for, but the void where it should have been. Social media pounced, with some fans praising her for showing restraint, others zooming in on her absence like it was a confession of defeat. The clip spread faster than a cat video, racking up millions of views as users debated. Did Joy choke, or was she strategically dodging the fight? The truth lies somewhere in the middle. Behar's built a career on being untouchable, but Gutfeld found her weak spot, not her politics, but her persona. He didn't just disagree with her. He exposed the cracks in her armor, the human behind the larger-than-life TV diva. This wasn't just a TV moment. It was a mirror held up to the media landscape. Public figures like Behar aren't just entertainers, they're gladiators in a digital coliseum, where every word is a weapon and every pause a potential career killer. The pressure to perform, to be on 24/7 is relentless. Behar's been in the game for decades, turning controversy into ratings gold, but even legends stumble. Gutfeld's takedown wasn't just about her. It was a warning to every media personality walking that tightrope. Be bold, but not too bold. Be authentic, but never vulnerable. Be sharp, but never bleed. It's an impossible standard, and for one fleeting moment, Behar's mask slipped, revealing the human beneath the spotlight. The fallout was immediate and chaotic. Social media became a battlefield, with Team Gutfeld hailing him as a comedic genius who delivered a verbal coup, while Team Behar argued she'd been unfairly ambushed. Memes painted Gutfeld as a smirking assassin, Behar as a queen dethroned. One viral image showed her face frozen mid-reaction, captioned, "When your comeback's still buffering." Another depicted Gutfeld as a boxer, gloves up with the words, "Round 1, Greg." The internet didn't just react, it dissected, analyzed, and weaponized every second of the exchange. Late-night hosts jumped in, with some praising Gutfeld's precision, others questioning if he'd crossed a line from comedy to cruelty. Commentators debated the deeper implications. How far is too far when humor meets humiliation? For Behar, the moment was a rare crack in her ironclad image. She's no stranger to controversy, her career thrives on it, but this felt different. It wasn't just about a bad day on air, it was an audit of her entire persona. Old clips resurfaced, from her Halloween costume controversy to past eye rolls and hot takes, each one scrutinized under the harsh lens of 2025's cancel culture. Headlines didn't just question her silence, they questioned her legacy. Had Joy Behar, the queen of daytime sass, finally lost her edge? The spotlight, once her ally, turned brutal, exposing every flaw in her carefully curated image. But this wasn't just about Behar or Gutfeld, it was about the system they both navigate. Media personalities are expected to be larger than life, delivering quips and hot takes without ever showing weakness. The pressure cooker of public life demands perfection, and any slip, any moment of humanity, gets clipped, memed, and replayed in slow motion. Behar's silence wasn't just a stumble, it was a reminder that even the most battle-hardened pros can crack under the weight of expectation. Gutfeld's performance, meanwhile, was a masterclass in modern media warfare. He didn't need to yell or grandstand. His calm, calculated delivery did more damage than any tantrum could. Each punchline was a truth bomb, each smirk a checkmate. The bigger story here isn't just one woman's bad day on TV, it's the relentless grind of the media machine. Personalities like Behar and Gutfeld aren't just performers, they're survivors in a world where every sentence is ammo, every silence a headline. The View, with its rotating panel of outspoken hosts, thrives on controversy, but it's also a microcosm of the sunk cost fallacy Gutfeld called out. Admitting a lie or a misstep isn't just humbling, it's career suicide. Behar's silence, intentional or not, was a rare peek behind the curtain, a moment where the pressure to be on gave way to something realer, rawer, and far more human.